Sorry.
Good morning, our people. Welcome to the
Welcome.
program. We are extremely happy to have you here today. As usual, help us to share and like and subscribe and hit the notification buttons. And also, as the show goes on, please help us to keep clicking that like button. I do hear other people say in their show, just keep clicking it so that it can sort of disrupt the algorithm. So help us to do that. Sometimes we forget, we get so passionate about what we're doing, we forget to mention it. But please, as you remember, as you're watching, just keep your thumb on that like and love button. Welcome to the program. My name is Mona Jim Saga, and I am here in Houston, Texas.
And my name is Ekwi Simon Okube. I live in Lexington, Kentucky. Please, thank you so much for coming. Help us to share, like my sister has said, subscribe and follow. And so there's a notification bell that you hit. And whenever we drop videos, last week we dropped a lot of videos, and just to help our people follow. So please, when you get there, share to your groups, your family members, alumni, all the organizations that you belong to. You are being part of the work. It's the dissemination of information. Our people need to get this information. We enlighten them. So as we play the video, continue to share and let us join to share also. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister.
That this is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items, 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently, that you know that the intention is to even undermine those concurrent lists. The formal name of this republic is Federal Republic of Nigeria. Unfortunately, we don't run a federalist system in Nigeria. Otherwise, what is so unique about all those things that are in the exclusive list? In this chamber, we try to federalize the police system. In this chamber, we failed. Every crime is local. And the solution to every crime is local. The earlier that senators in Nigeria summoned the courage to say, we should not continue to deceive ourselves. Dare to tell this nation today that this is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items, 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently, that you know that the intention is to even undermine those concurrent lists. The formal name of this republic is Federal Republic of Nigeria. Unfortunately, we don't run a federalist system in Nigeria. Otherwise, what is so unique about all those things that are in the exclusive list? In this chamber, we try to federalize the police system. In this chamber, we failed. Every crime is local. And the solution to every crime is local. The earlier that senators in Nigeria summoned the courage to say, we should not continue to deceive ourselves.
Yes, we should not continue to deceive ourselves. Uh-oh. Did I stop this video? Okay. We should not continue to deceive ourselves. We love this video. It's going to be our theme video, moving forward, because we need to understand that we are building on a sinking sand. It's a very funny thing happened. One of our brothers went on our promo, and he said it's not just a sinking sand, it's a ticking time bomb.
Exactly.
I said, "Brother, you got that right.
Absolutely.
We are
Mm-hmm.
standing on a sinking sand and a ticking time bomb. And until we do differently, we'll be running in circles. So please continue to help us to share, share, share. Our topic today is grand. We love it because we know with all the things that is going on, the things that Jagaban is doing to distract you guys, that very soon you may find yourself in a place that you never imagined. So we stand at a precipice of destiny, gazing into the vast expanse of time where our ancestors' dreams merge with our souls. We are not just product of chance or luck, rather we are the magnificent manifestation of divine purpose, meticulously woven into the tapestry of existence. Our sacred duty is to honor this profound lineage, rise above the shackles of adversity, and illuminate the path towards a future that resounds with justice and fairness. In the face of unimaginable hardship, Yusuf Salam emerged as a beacon of hope, piercing through the darkness of wrongful incarceration. His journey is a testament to the indomitable human spirit, a resounding testament that stolen destinies can be reclaimed and triumph can emerge from the depths of despair. The echoes of history reverberate within our souls, recounting a tale of deliberate fragmentation and subjugation through 1884/1885 balkanization of Africa, the powers of the West, driven by a voracious hunger for dominance, carved Africa into fragmented pieces, tearing apart families, communities, and entire nations. Apart from taking away the sovereignties of these indigenous peoples and instituting indirect rules that enabled them not to deal with these indigenous people directly, they also continue to cause conflict and proxy wars all over Africa, using other people to achieve their purpose by making them kill their own people. Therefore, we must confront the specters of conflict and proxy wars that haunt our land, perpetuated by those who seek to exploit our division for their gain. As a unified force, we will dismantle the walls that separate us, replacing them with bridges of understanding and solidarity. Through collective action and unwavering resolve proposed by Ninas, we shall break the chains that bind us, empowering ourselves and future generations to transcend the limitations imposed upon us. So today we are going to embark on a sacred mission, illuminating the minds of our incarcerated masses of Nigeria. We will instill in them the vision of transformative jailbreak through Nina strategies. This revolutionary act will shatter the chains of oppression and usher in a new era of enlightened leadership. Why are we doing this? Because we will no longer tolerate a system built upon trial and error, perpetuating instability and inequality. Instead, we shall construct a society fortified upon unshakable principles, capable of withstanding the pressure that assail us from all sides. So let our voice rise up today as we take action, a guided action by touch of truth and righteousness. So together, hand in hand, we shall forge a future, bright future where justice reigns supreme and fairness is the cornerstone of our society. We should know that we are the architects of our destiny, the embodiment of hope for the future generation, and we must march forward undeterred and unwavering, for our purpose is divine and our legacy is greatness. So we want to again honor Nina's proposition. All these things is illuminating from the work that they have done. We keep reminding you guys that the freedom has been given to us, that all we have to do is just grab it. So welcome to the program. We are going to play our first video of the day. And it's our brother Lumumba, Professor Lumumba, our singing brother that I've been singing, trying to wake up dead people in Africa to do the needful. Go ahead, my sisters. I pull up the video. Pull up the video.
Yes, our singing brother. he he will almost compose a music with all the problems that we're facing as Africans. So please continue to help us to share as you join. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Subscribe, please. This message should go out to our people. They need it. Our people need it. And you are a team member, like we say, we can't do this job alone. We can't do this by ourselves. Waking up our people is a task for all of us, you and I. We must do this job. They must wake up. They must wake up. Thank you.
Africa, that if we separated from our current countries, we would be better. It is beginning to happen. It is happening here in Nigeria. It is happening. I saw a letter last week addressed to the president of Zambia by a people in Zambia called Barosela. And they are telling President Hakainde Hichilema that you remember in 1964, we had an agreement with the Lusaka government that the time has now come for Barosseland to become an independent country. Can you believe it? I hear people in Namibia saying, do you remember that there was a strip called the Caprivi Strip? I hear people in Ghana saying that you remember that in the Volta region we had a different country. I hear people in Zimbabwe saying that there should be a country called Mutuakas. I hear people in South Africa, the South Africans, say that we should have a separate country in the Western Cape. I hear people in Ethiopia saying we should have Tigray and Oromo. The centrifugal forces are there. And the only way to bring them in is to create a sense of belongingness. The people must feel that they are part of it.
Yep, the people must feel like they are part of it. So you cannot build a nation where people are coming on national TV and letting you know that you're not part of the nation. You're not part of the country. You're not part of what they're building. They are that bold. So people are seeking a sense of belonging because you know you don't belong. We all want to belong. We all want to belong, and we don't want to be in a place where we are not wanted. And there's a way out. There is a way forward. So I'm going to play the video of the day. As always, our brother is there to teach us things that we don't know so that we can move forward in our efforts to dismantle the 1999 Constitution.
Just before the September 28, 2022 commencement of campaigns in the 2023 round of elections in Nigeria, Ninas had put out a notice of interrogatories to the political parties that will be going into that contest under the 1999 Constitution. And those interrogatories were 10 in number. And we made it clear that the promises and manifestos of the political parties will be subjected to scrutiny along the lines of those interrogatories. I have a copy of that Guardian newspaper here, and those interrogatories are still sitting there. We deliberately slowed down in that engagement so that we don't heckle the parties. We allow them to bring out all of what they say they are going to do to solve the problems of Nigeria. Now they've done almost all. There's nothing. They're only now repeating what they've all rolled out their manifestos. They are going, trying to amplify it. So this is the time to come back to engage the hard questions. We are surprised that the media, that should have been the fourth estate of the realm, the one with the constitutional responsibility to interface between the ones in power and the populace, the ones seeking power and the populace that will be governed. We are surprised that the media in Nigeria, for some reason, maybe there could be reason, maybe it will just be a matter of not paying sufficient attention. We are surprised that the media, who have been holding interview sessions with these candidates, have not asked them any of these hard questions. Because those interrogatories relate to the promises that have been made, the promises that were likely to be made, the promises that have now been made by way of the manifestos of the party and their campaign promises generally. Those interrogatories began with the question of unity, which every one of them is offering. They have that across board. Everyone say, I will unify the country. I will unite the country. Some of them don't even know the meaning of unifying and uniting. Yet they say they want to bring everybody together. They know that there's something wrong. Everybody is saying they want to leave the union. And so they will say they want to unite the country. What is the meaning of uniting the country? And so our number one on the interrogatory list is to define that unity away from the unifying that happened in 1914 that is being kept still by brigandage of unitary constitution, command and control, the unity of the goat and the lion, the unity of the graveyard. Because in the graveyard, there are only two persons, the man that is lying dead and the one that is alive. If that is the peace, when they say peace of graveyard, the unity of lion and sheep. And so those who are coming to say they will unite, they will unify. Ni9eria is saying that unless we go to the structural injustice, as Chukwudifo put it, unless we address the reason, unless we address the cause of the agitations, what is the reason of Yoruba people for saying that they are fed up with the Nigerian Union as presently constituted, and therefore they want Odua nation? What is the reason for the Biafra agitation? What is the reason for Ijaw, agitation for resource control? What is the reason for the agitations in the Middle Belt concerning if anybody cannot interpret what Samuel Otom is doing as agitation, then such a person needs to go back to the kindergarten. And so there's this agitation, there's this tearing apart, there's this determination to leave union. And candidates are coming to say, oh, you will unite them, we unify them, without addressing the cost factor which the Constitution represents. It is the unitary constitutional arrangement that is choking everyone, that is the reason for their wanting to leave, is the reason for the disunity that has now become violent. And so that is the number one interrogatory. Those who say they are coming to unify, let us ask them how. Because in every one of them, in every one of the 10 interrogatories, we put forward what the problem is, we put forward what the solution should be, and anybody who is saying he's coming to solve outside what the Constitution creates outside what the Constitution imposes. He's talking trash, because the day after the election, he will then come to tell you, oh, we didn't quite know that the Constitution was bent this way and that way on that subject. So as it is for the question of unity, we dealt with the question of security. You are going to provide security. Some of them are talking about recruiting more policemen. Others are talking about buying more guns. Whereas the basis, the source of the insecurity in the manner we have seen is the fact that those who are suffering from the insecurity are not allowed by your constitution to arrange their security. Arms and ammunition are on the exclusive list. Police and army and other security services are on that exclusive list. And so the controllers of the federal government, the Fulani controllers of the federal government, who are in exclusive control of all the arms and ammunition in the land, will on one hand open the gateway for Fulani to come from all over West Africa to come to your community to kill, without any one of them being arrested to date. Whereas you, who have to be invaded, who is being invaded, who is being killed, like we had Governor Samuel Otom say repeatedly, cannot touch any weapon. There's nobody that is going to solve the question of security without dismantling that impediment, that constitutional impediment. We have the capacity to organize our security. If we take charge of our space and take responsibility for our own safety, for our future, nobody will come from Mauritania to begin to slaughter people in our communities in Bayelsa, in our communities in Yoruba land, in our communities in Igbo land or TV land. Because we are more than able to organize our security. The only reason it's looking intractable now is because the Constitution tie our hands to the back and put the guns in the hands of those who have an agenda to kill us and take our land. Unfortunately for us, our president is their champion. The commander-in-chief over the army and police that should have been providing that protection for us is complicit in the invasion, in the terror we suffer. The candidates that are talking about solving security, but who do not want to talk about this Fulani agenda of conquest, who do not want to talk about the constitution and the exclusive list that put the guns away from our reach, are talking trash. The media should be able to ask them, in the face of this constitutional impediment, how are you going to do it? The same thing as the first one I talked about. The media should be able to ask them, in the face of this source factor, what are you going to do differently? Because the people who are choking, except the choke is removed, you are not talking to them. You certainly are not talking to me. You want to unite me with people who owe the duty of faith to kill me. I don't want to address that anomaly of their having been in a position to do what endangers my life. And so, as it is for the question of unity, so it is for the question of security, so it is for the question of corruption. They are all coming to say, oh, we'll solve corruption this one, that way. Peter Obi say he will do it one way or the other. But nobody's asking them, like we asked in this interrogatory. The Constitution of Nigeria 1999 creates massive avenues for corruption and comprehensively protects the beneficiaries of corruption. Having given the spare key to the treasury, over to the heads of the executive branch, and having excluded responsibility to the citizen in section 606C that nullifies chapter 2, which grants the citizen his own share of the social contract. And so the government, we are saying all of whatever you say you're going to do about corruption will fail because of what is in black and white inside the Constitution, no matter how well-intentioned you are. That is what we expect the media to zero in on in questioning the candidates for what they say they will do about corruption. Section 6, subsection 6C, that nullifies chapter 2, which provides for everything the citizen may need, including welfare and security, including equal treatment, including healthcare, schools, and all kinds of things. Things that will make life livable are contained in that chapter 2, but section 606C of the Constitution nullifies that chapter 2. So the citizen gets nothing. That's in black and white. So the people going to government house, they don't owe you any obligation. That is what it simply translates to. For young people, They don't owe you welfare. They don't owe you security. They don't owe you school. They don't owe you hospital. They don't owe you nothing. In black and white. And they have the spare key. Section 81 says the president must go to National Assembly to get permission to spend money. Section 82 says he can run government spending money subject to dubious limits that practically leaves him with the entire treasury. The governors have the same provision in section 121, 122. Go and verify, for those who verify every other thing, go and verify whether under section 6, section 6C, the government owes you any obligation for anything. Go and verify whether under sections 181, 121, 122, the governors do not have the spare key to the treasury. Go and verify under the constitution whether in section 81, 82, the president does not have the spare key to the treasury. And then go and verify in section 308 whether those who hold the treasury, who hold control of the treasury, the president and the governors, what immunity is extended to them. They don't owe you obligation. They have the spare key to the treasury, and you can't question them while they're in office. What's anybody going to do about fighting corruption in that circumstance? The corruption is official under this constitution. But you think that officials are corrupt, therefore if you find better people, they'll be... No. The constitution mandates the corruption and protects the beneficiaries comprehensively, beyond your reach. You can't even ask them what they are doing. The constitution puts them beyond sanction. And so you have to wait for 8 years when they might have invested all the money they stole, and they hand over to somebody who will go to prison if their tenure is investigated. That's what's going on. And so that's about corruption. You come to the cost of governance. We are asking the media of Nigeria to look at these interrogatories. September 26, 2022, page 10 of Guardian newspaper has it. If you also if you Google, you just say notice of Nina's interrogatories to political parties. It will come up. So that these key things they are using they're campaigning about, how they will unify, how they will solve corruption, how they will solve security, how they will solve infrastructure, how they will solve cost of governance and bad leadership. We pointed everybody to the constitutional provisions that make those things impossible. And unless we are conniving, media now, unless we are conniving those who attend town halls, who have opportunity to ask them questions, this is your guide. Because all the things they are telling you they're going to do, they are not going to be able to do. Obedient movement people, go and look for those interrogatories. Notice of Nina's interrogatories to political parties heading to 2023 election under the 1999 Constitution. We are saying that under the 1999 Constitution, these things cannot be done, no matter how well-intentioned your candidate is. The followers of Atiku, the followers of Tinubu, the followers of Kwankwaso, everything they say they are going to do, go and check what we say is reason why they won't do. And if they tell you that, oh, when we get there, we go to National Assembly, constitution making is not the business of National Assembly. I don't know who taught the kind of lawyers who are going about running their mouth about how National Assembly will amend, which we've not made a constitution. The central contention here is that we have not made any constitution. Decree number 24 of 1999 cannot become the sovereign peoples of Nigeria. The soldiers who made the decree, why didn't they say, I, General Abubakar, now issue you the constitution? No, he said that we the people. He is pretending that we are the ones who submitted our sovereignty. He is pretending that we are the ones who wrote the articles. He is pretending we are the ones who agreed to be in formation of 36 states and 7 and 4 local government areas that have to be financed every month. That is the source of the corruption. That's the source of the cost of governance that has become so humongous. Nothing is left for the citizen. Unless those things are changed, unless those things are toppled and dismantled, nothing is going to improve. Those who are saying they will reduce the cost of governance. You have 7 and 4 local government areas that shouldn't have been mentioned in the constitution. They are listed there. They are financed every month. Who owns the money that is being shared? Who owns that money that is being shared in Abuja every month? And if the people who are taking away those allocations, do not owe you any obligation. At what point are you going to get the dividend of democracy? What change will happen if you have somebody who is elected, a good man that comes to the arena? Is he going to stop the allocation sharing of money every month as constitution mandates? As president, will he now be in charge of the coffers of the states? They are already in court saying that EFCC has no right, and I agree with them. The federal government is an entity. The state governments are their own entities. They are only cooperating in a federation. And so you can't set up the witch hunt you call EFCC and expect that governors will now come under the jurisdiction, under the superintendence of federal government on that matter. No, the governors have immunity. And that's why things have gone the way they've gone. So the candidates who are telling you they're going to stamp out corruption, they're going to reduce cost of governance, go to these interrogatories and ask them the questions we raised there about why those things cannot be done.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I have this video posted on our Facebook page, so we can actually almost listen to the whole thing. Well, thank you, brother, for once again explaining this so-called difficult this thing for our people. Even when you explain it on a Ghani shit like this with their degrees, nearly their professorship, you put a people Hanish.
Hunger and suffering is no more Ghanese.
So it's amazing. So we thank you. So if you want to watch that video in its entirety, it's already on our Facebook as well as on Twitter. Go there and learn. Go there and learn. This is not about popularity contest. We're not trying to show off. It's when other people are speaking, you're speaking. Oh yes, I have to add. I have to piggyback to hear somebody. We have passed that stage. Our lives are in danger. So hopefully we can run with this information that we are providing today, so that we can do more for our people. God has given us freedom, and no rapture is coming until we do what we're supposed to do. Nothing is going to happen. It's also hunger and suffering, because he already given us a roadmap that we need to use. So Nigeria is standing on a sinking sand. As you can see, we have played our nebulous video that told you how constitution is nebulously written, and we will never, never, ever, ever see progress as long as we stand in that constitution, because we live in an estate. We keep saying that, we are in a federal republic of Nigeria, but we have been told that we live in an estate. And that's why we are not able to protect ourselves, because they've already told us ahead of time that they will never allow us to control our destinies. They will never allow us to control our future, that they will ruthlessly prevent anything that can improve our lives. But Ninas, thank God to Ninas, we have a way out of this thing. It's just that people are not paying attention. They are thinking if they pray long enough, if they blame it on somebody else long enough, if they go and die in the Mediterranean Sea long enough, things will change. It will never change. We are going to show you how people are benefiting from this. Like there are some blood-sucking demons everywhere that is benefiting from the way we have left this place. So we are going to empower you, like we said in our opening statement, on things that you need to do. So let's look at our objectives. So Africa is funding the comfort of the Western world. And we know that they're not hiding it. Thank God for the internet. We know what they're doing. These people are capable of flying a plane in a potopoto. I don't know how to say potopoto. Oh, mud. They can fly a plane in a mud, all in the name of taking resources. We're also going to look at the purpose of the built-in internal contradictions in Nigeria. And then we look at things that will never change. Under 1999 Constitution, God will never, even God can send rain and thunder and everything, it will never change. The thing will be firing you from January to December.
Sorry,
It will never change.
Can you remove the pin up? The comment is not allowing us to see the lower part of the PowerPoint. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah,
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I will take that off. Okay. Which one is it? Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Please help us to continue to share, continue to hit that like button. You know that we are at war here. You know what they're doing. They don't want our people to get this information. They don't want that enlightenment. They want us to sit around while they order Uber Eats in their house and weigh 700 pounds. So we are here to know how to get ourselves out of this mess. Oh my goodness. It's my there's something different. Let's see here.
Sorry. It's like I was like, what happened? Can you have voice again? Please
Too
continue to
many
help us to
buttons.
share. Yes, sorry. Okay. Go ahead.
Way too many buttons to show. All right. So our fourth objective is the extravagant spending in leadership. You will see how much these people are spending on themselves when they are not doing anything. I was watching the brother that is telling us how the constitution is nebulously written. There's a man behind him. He was picking his nose and flipping it up in the air and picking his nose. He wasn't paying attention, looking at him. What are you talking about? The other one was backing somebody else talking. They're just gossiping like a bunch of girlfriends that saw something on
Woo!
sale. These are the
Unbelievable.
people representing you, but they will spend billions on themselves. And then we're going to look at the transitional order that will interface with the existing order. And of course, we cannot end without looking at the 5 point agenda announcement, especially the last but not least, the spotlight on the wisdom of our ancestors. And today's topic is the last will and testament. Okay, so let's start by looking at who is funding the comfort of the Western world. Like we said, look at, okay, here's the difference. Look, my goodness, look at this picture that we have online. Sister, is that picture coming out? Yes, I can see it on my screen over here. Look at that picture, right? So when you look at the West, they are under their mattress, they are reading, they are having fun, they are well covered, well taken care of. And look at the picture on the right, the African children. They are literally getting water to drink from a drainage. You can see that those children are pouring water in a container that they have gotten from that nasty looking place. And this is the agenda all along. This is how they want it to be. And if we post this thing and they see, they may even show up and start telling you to feed those children, bring $5 a month to feed an African child when we know that we can do more than that.
Imagine a child that grows up in this environment and this way. What type of human adult do you think he will become? And then say, oh, you are angry, you are this, you are that. What are you telling me? These children
My
are
dear.
set up to be anything but pleasant.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Right. That's if dead body is not on the other side of the pipe where the water is coming from.
Hmm.
So the question here is that did Africans really get independence? Think about it. Did we really get independence? These things that our leaders are gallivanting, thinking they are, oh, we have a sovereign nation that we are ruling, that we're in charge of. Do you really think that you got independence? And then the question is, what is independence without political and economic freedom and security? What kind of independence is that? Hmm? What kind of independence do you think that you have when there's someone remotely, like remote controlling you in your own space? That's why little things will happen here and then it will affect everybody else. We are not even close by. They want to be able to sit in their comfort zone and remote control everything that happens to you. And in order to look good, they will appear as a savior to try to help. They will cause a problem and then they will appear to bring the solution. And they are not bringing lasting solutions. They are looking at solution I get you like this, confuse you so that you won't know what is happening. You will think, oh, they are the good guys, the other people are the bad guys, just to confuse the people. We know that colonialism took away everything from the indigenous nationalities to fund their westernization project. We see it. Our brothers and sisters are all over the places. And if it's not worse, even when they are done with some of them, they left them in the forest everywhere. If you go to South America, you will see our brothers and sisters somewhere in the bush, somewhere in Colombia. They don't deal with them because they are monkeys and baboons. So the real Colombian, the light-skinned Colombians don't mingle with those people. Then you go to India. They are still there looking like me and you. The only thing, how they India like this. It's sad to watch. As if that's not bad enough, the 1999 Constitution sealed this asset stripping and made it permanent. And that's why we are here. Ha ga-anụ na ọ nwụrụ ụmụ nwaanyị abụọ, as well as, of course, our brothers and sisters that are in this thing that brought this thing down, this mess. this mess, permanent mess they think they have created. Celebrate a victory party, and we appear on the table where the victory party is happening. That you think it's okay for your child to be reading and have a mattress covered under the mattress and reading and looking happy, and then our children are drinking water from a pipe, a dirty pipeline for that matter, and you think that's okay. You think it will be going on for millions of years and it will be happening for you, and then we'll be watching you. That's how you imagined in your life. The purpose of built-in internal contradictions in Nigeria. We know why they did this. It's a no-brainer. They did this to strengthen imperialism and Western hegemony. What is hegemony? Leadership, dominance. Because as long as we stay down, they will be up. We will be looking for them for help. They will be doing 419. The more you see, the more you look, the less you see. They will even show up. If there's a child that did well in school, they will show up and give scholarship. But you don't know that they're taking billions, trillions in the background and doing this one with millions in front of you. We know that they want to create an unstable constitutional union that is built on a shaky, wobbly foundation that sink on a daily basis. That's why we told you guys today that Nigeria is in a sinking sand. And our brother came and added that it's not just on a sinking sand, it's also on a ticking time bomb. And Bosoge may explode. You know what bomb does. When it explodes, it goes miles away from where the damn thing happened.
And everyone will be affected.
Everyone will be affected.
You have run it, you have done, everybody will be affected.
Yeah. It will blow you down when you didn't even know it was coming. We know that they did this to create a union dispute and constant conflicts among the indigenous peoples. Because here you are, you want to belong. And the people that they ask you to work with is saying, we don't know you. You don't belong here. We don't care for you. We want you to be dead. We want you not to be here anymore. You don't count. You're not meaningful. We don't need you. And they're forcing you to stay in it.
Together.
They're forcing you
shackling somebody up like that.
That's it. But if you go to their places, you go to a nation like Scandinavia and how they're like 2 million people, Netherlands, there are not that many people. When they come to us, they will force all of us together and then give everybody guns to be doing the work. We know that they want to weaken and make internal cohesion impossible because we are not the same people. Come na say Chimo, konye nkoza na say alala kubuoge or whatever hana does.
I like a wound. Say it again. Oh my God. Exactly. Say I like a wound.
And which is fine. That's what they want to do. Why can't we live in a respectable manner where I'm in my own space, you're in our own space? If we have a need to trade, we trade. If we don't, you keep it moving with your people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's
they are
possible.
going to make sure that our democracy is not functional. That's what the whole purpose is. And they will give us something that is called democracy, and then their own is called democracy.
Yeah.
And we also know that the Fulani conquest will continue. Erufai has already, alerted us about that. Thank you, Master Erufai. Thank you so much. Maybe that will get into the ears of our people. As they are reading the Bibles for them, maybe the pastor should start preaching about the possible conquest coming your way soon. Conquest loading coming your way soon.
They will not now. They will try to deceive our people and deny so until the thing will come and swallow them up completely.
I know.
India will change a group of companies.
It's sad. We see them, they'll continue to kill the owners of the land and take over their resources unabated. In the Middle Belt. Recently, we saw the loads of dead bodies everywhere. Nobody is talking about it. The so-called media will not even bring it up because they are so Americanized. They speak fluent English, American English. They are pretending like they are in New York, not even New York. They are pretending that they are in Vermont or Virginia, where bad things don't happen that much. That's where they're pretending they are. And then we'll talk about the ethno-religious killings in connection with the Fulani conquest.
And these things will not change our people.
It will never change.
No matter who is in Aso Rock. So far, that person is swearing to uphold and govern by that 1999 Constitution. It will never change. These things will continue no matter who is in Aso Rock. Your brother, your mother, your sister, your father is in Aso Rock. This thing will continue. So far that person says 1999 Constitution, I want to uphold it. And by the way, these are part of the Nina's 10 interrogatories to political parties that did the 2023 election under the
Election.
1990 Constitution, and
Right.
it was published in Guardian. So you pick up that and read it and use it to engage your politicians. Please go on, my sister. Just let me.
Yeah, so thank you, my dear. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, so the Guardian newspaper is there for you to go and read these things in details. You know, if you recall, we mentioned earlier in one of our shows what the Guardian newspaper is, at least so that fake territory called Nigeria. When you want to, these are the newspaper that the diplomats will read and share with their own constituent members. So it's important that you, the citizens of Nigeria, understand the importance of these things that we are doing, that we are putting in a public space for you to see. Because a lot of people will wake up because while they are home, either they are watching Manchester United or they are watching CNN or whatever. When you tell them there's something on Guardian, they don't know, they don't have a clue. But they will pay $500,000 to put their 500,000 naira to put the picture of their dead parents on there to tell people that their parent died, but they won't go and read the newspaper that can have a change, that can actually change the way that you live. And then let's look at the structural injustice as a cause of agitations. This will never change. You will never change no matter what. Even if Jagaban brings up the whole his friends from 1999, dead people that are already in their grave, nothing will change. The unitary constitutional arrangement that is choking everyone is caused by constitutional impediments. Our brother did a very good job in explaining that in that video. Nothing will change. So we need to understand this. We're not using big terms here. We're not using big words. We're telling you these are the day-to-day principles of things that will never, ever change, even if Jesus Christ of Nazareth comes down to run that place. And as long as he's upholding that constitution, we know that this constitution mandates corruption and protects the beneficiaries. So Brother Tony mentioned earlier that even if they have good intention, like Ni9eria, they want to come and make a change. Because of this 1999 Constitution, they are unable to make that change. They are incapable of making that change. They may have the capacity to make the change, but this Constitution renders them useless where they are not able to do that. We also want to emphasize that constitution making is not the business of National Assembly. And you can see that's why the guy was picking his nose and flipping it up in the air. Hmm? This one doesn't concern me. Yes, he's
He's
right.
waiting for them to give him money, share his own money for him so that he'll go. That's what he came here to do. So he can pick, about to pick his nose and pick his teeth. Did you see the Buhari when he was president and they were interviewing him and he was picking his teeth? They don't care.
They don't care. They don't care. Their body, what is it called? Their body
Body language, you mean?
language tells
Yeah,
you that they don't give a damn. They
they don't give
don't.
a damn. Oh,
They don't.
yeah.
And we've told you guys over and over again that the business of constitutional lies with the people. Is the business of the sovereign people standing on their ancestral land that are capable of making, or that is capable of making the constitutional changes that we are looking for.
We want to
It's not
explain this.
someone. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, we want to explain this so that you understand why it says standing on their ancestral lands. So if you're an Igbo person living in Lagos, you won't be there exercising your sovereignty rights.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, self-determination. I'm in Lagos. Lagos is no man's land. No. You must be an indigenous group standing on your ancestral land. That is when you will stand and then exercise that right. And UN says it is your right, but you must do it the right way. Tiv on Tiv land, Igbo on Igbo land, Yoruba on Yoruba land, Ijo on Yoruba. You see, when you do this, there's no reason why we should be fighting and quarreling and killing and saying, yeah, well, all these nonsense talk that the only reason we are fighting and quarreling, like my sister said, is because we were muddled up, mixed up, put in a container, shaking together, and we are running over.
It's sad, my sister. So it's important that you're in your own land when you are exercising your self-determination. Like she said, you cannot be in some other people's land. So that puts you in a position to be part of what is being done for this self-determination that we're looking for. We know that things that will not change under this 1999 constitution is that the sovereign ethnic peoples have been balkanized into impotent states. That will never change. It will remain the same. That's if they don't try to divide it even more, because they know what they do. The more they divide, the more they conquer. We still have our sisters and brothers in a place that they don't really belong to. Some of them are now thinking they're Yorubas when they used to be Igbos because of how they were divided. So now they're thinking they don't even know they were Igbos before. Now they're on the other side. And we can't even come out together to hold a discussion, let alone exercise political power, right? Because when you are fighting, or when you, worst of all, when you don't know who you are, because all these things that they have done have caused us to have identity crisis, where people are struggling every day to figure out who they are. They don't know who they are. You put hands say, oh, I don't speak Igbo, I don't speak this one. They are denying who they are on a daily basis. And when they go back to look, some of them are not able to live with themselves. And then what about the huge size of government and extravagant spending that is going on? Currently, we have 744 local governments. State-wise, we have 36. Federal government one, and FCT
FCT.
also one. So in total, we are looking at 782 government units. 782 government units instead of 4 that we have previously. You see that we're nsogbu. So my sister is going to carry along and tell you guys how much money is being spent to maintain this mess, to maintain this shenanigan. How much money? That's why you can't find money for the teachers. That's why you can't find money for infrastructures. That's why you can't find money for what the people need, because somebody else is stuffing it down their throats, and they can own 27 houses all over the world while you cannot feed even 1 meal a day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please continue to help us to share, so continue to help us to like. And those that will stumble upon this video later, share, like, subscribe. So we are telling you about things that will not change, no matter who is in Aso Rock. Like the size of government.
Oh, Sister with the brother Tony said it's 812 governments.
Okay, I tried to calculate that, but I'll check
812.
it. Yeah, because we're trying to add 744, 36, 1 and 1. Someone can just help us calculate that and know what it will get to. So we have, okay, I think they have their House of Representatives, they have their reps, they have all that. So these are units, like each this government, like they are government on their own, and they have to be funded. Salaries have to be paid. It's like you're setting up a business and you just break up, like employ 200 managers for one store. You have one store. You employ 200 managers, each one with their office and table, and the overhead cost alone will take the capital you used to set up that business. I know my people are business people, they will understand this thing. The overhead cost you're running to keep that business going will even take everything. Like here, why is it that they started bringing in some younger health workers? Because to pay medical doctors became very, very exorbitant. They had to bring in people that would train, health assistant, medical assistant, nursing this and all that. So that these people, their salary will be cheaper and they will do the same job. Then you leave the professionals to the bigger ones that all these people cannot do. You're trying to save cost of running the system. But in Nigeria, the cost of running Nigeria alone is more than the cost of taking care of the people. You have all that in place under 1999 Constitution. Meanwhile, previously, we had just four regions. So one government, you see, the cost of doing the job is less. That's what Ninas is saying. That so far you continue to uphold 1999 constitution, you can never reduce the cost of governance. For your brother Peter Obi that is saying, I'll cut this, I'll do this, I'll do. It's not possible, my brother. Tell Peter Obi, share this thing to him. It's not possible. You cannot reduce the cost of government because the constitution says so. You cannot do something outside constitution. You cannot manage Nigeria as if you're managing your private business. You have to follow their so-called fake constitution. So you might have the heart to do, but you will not be able to do. That's what Ninas is telling you. Stop lying to the people. You don't know. You're ignorant. Go and sit down and learn so that you know that you don't know. And if you don't know, please stop leading my people in that pattern of ignorance. Go first and know. Go and know first. So that's why you have this extravagant spending in leadership. Look at your interregnum President Tinubu. He's there renewing the hope of his fellow recycled criminals who are parading as Nigerian politicians. He called them class of 99. Isn't that classic?
Class of Ndori.
Yes. Because Ninas is saying class of 66 did this. He said, okay, I know what to do. I will bring class.
I'll bring my own class. It's class of 99.
Since Obasanjo has finished his own class of 66, me, Jagaban, I will bring class of 99. Class and you know the people that are in the class of 99, the likes of James Ibori, former Delta governor. He was sentenced because he stole the materials for building Abuja Dam. And he became a governor still. Nobody. He even went to prison, came out. They are the ones in Aso Rock that Jagaban called for meeting to decide your fate. Lucky Benedium. For 8 years, he did nothing in Edo State. When he finished the first 4 years, the people were agitating. The father, Ibinidium, Chief Ibinidium, said, if a child wrote the exam and he didn't do very well, you have to give him receipt now. Let him write the exam again. Please vote him in again. He failed the first time, I know. But vote him in again so that he will not do well. And they voted him again. Smuggled it in because I know it's not the people voting them.
That's what I was about to say.
8 years, nothing. The only thing he tried to build was a library he was trying to build. I don't know if he finished it. It's unbelievable. The likes of Yerima of Zamfara, the one that brought Sharia law. The Sharia law he does not live by. He does not follow any single thing that is inside that Sharia law. We're in Abuja. We know how they bring in plane to carry girls and move prostitutes from Abuja to Zamfara for him. We're witnessing all these things. Yet, he's imposing Sharia law on the people. Boasting, he's even boasting that Sharia will rule over north and south of Nigeria. This is the same man that went to Egypt to buy a girl. Human trafficking. Buy a girl of 13 years, say he's marrying her. He's still there marrying her as a senator. And when the people revolted, like you can't do something like that, they said, no, it's Sharia. They have to do it's Sharia. Anything if we have to. If you want to kill somebody, say Sharia. Now he's telling them that bandits are Fulanis. He's accepting, he's not, they're not even denying it. He said that the bandits, the terrorists are Fulanis. And he wants Tinubu to dialogue with them and grant them amnesty like they gave to the indigenous people of Niger Delta. These are intruders, foreigners, coming in to kill people, to kill citizens of Nigeria, the ethnic people in that land. Yerima wants Nigeria to dialogue with them, give them amnesty, pay them for killing the people. Why not? Yes, they are killing the people. You reward them and give them amnesty. Say thank you for killing, displacing, removing, destroying, and renaming people's villages and homes. We'll give you a reward. And then build infrastructure for them. Pantami is saying the same thing. Gumi, the one that Sheikh Gumi, the one that goes to always negotiate with them, he knows where they are to go and negotiate with them. The federal government knows where they are to go and arrest them. Who is fooling who? This is the type of thing people are there doing in the name of leadership. We're still talking about extravagant spending in leadership. We're telling you things that will not change. So far, that evil book of Lucifer, 1999 constitution is still in place. It will never change. It will continue.
It's sinking. They're living on a sinking sand.
Sinking. Quicksand. Moving you. Class of 99. This class of 99 that you saw Tinubu, your interregnum president, put in place are just errand boys of the military class of 66. So you see what is going on. The military class of 66 are sick and old now. And they couldn't fight Nina's with intelligent, Nina's intelligent maneuvers and all the things we are putting out. They are old. They couldn't do all the things they used to do. Before, they will kill. Obasanjo alone, we know how many people he killed because of this Nina's project. So they are old. They have to hand over the baton to the boys. They are criminal boys that they have trained over the time. And who's the class prefect? Tinubu. And you saw him say, I'm one of you. So that's why I called you people to come here and let's do this thing together. So they are the successors. Now they're going to operate above constitution because they were outlaw before. These are outlaw people. So they will do everything. And whatever they decide is final. Whatever they decide. They decided what happened in 1999. And now they're continuing with that. Tinubu and his systemic bribery. They're talking about extravagant spending. He's bribing his way through. From party primaries to voting to judiciary, House of Representatives, ex-governors, his class of 99, Tinubu's backup squad. He's bribing his way through. He gave the judiciary, he gave them 35 billion. 35 billion naira. That's a big hospital right there. At least one healthcare facility. Why he's giving the people bringing out 500 billion to give people palliative, drugs. Like this, giving you like this. And then he gave 70 billion to House of Representatives. This is not their salary.
He's already buying them.
Yes, now.
They're about
buying his way through.
I'm done call of you guys.
He's buying his way through. We are telling our people what is going on so that you will follow and know what you need to do. We're talking about extravagant spending in leadership. Somebody is asking, what is it that these senators are doing? That their salary is 29 million per month, 1 month. Calculate how many senators do you have? You see what we're telling you about the cost of governance. All these senators, they will sit down in that their house of whatever they were, that assembly where they stay, and be poking hand inside nose and picking teeth. When they finish, they will pay them 29 million power straight every month. Why wouldn't they kill to be there? That's why politics in Nigeria is a do or die affair. Because it's about money. Once you enter, if you manage to enter, you have finished. You are settled for generation. 29 million over every month. In a country where minimum wage is 30,000 naira. Is it fair? My people, is it fair? Is it fair that you allow this constitution to continue to breed one more day? Is it fair? Are you being fair to your neighbor? Pastor, are you being
fair to God that you guys are
God that put you as a pastor over sheep, leading the people, preaching to them, and telling them that their father and their mother-in-law, that are the witches destroying them. Meanwhile, the witches destroying them are their politicians under the 1999 Constitution. You know this thing. All you bishops, priests, pastors, Ninas have discussed with all of you, not single one. All the bishops, Catholics, all of them, they've been discussed with. What did they do? They chose to uphold this book of Lucifer. And then they will turn around and tell the people to bring tithes and offering. And then have the audacity to tell them that is their mother-in-law and their grandmothers that are holding their destiny.
Their ancestors.
And your ancestors are the ones holding your destiny. That's why you cannot move forward. You are lying. And you think that God will allow you. That God will allow you to continue to lie. And the blood of the people just going like that. People are dying every day. Nigerian senators will have a display for you here. When you have time, go through it. See what their basic salary is. They even have hardship allowance. Hardship allowance. 1.2 million. Tell me, what hardship are they going through? Meanwhile, the masses are the one actually going through hardship. Serious one. They don't even receive any allowance for what they have put, for failure of governance, for what they have put the people through. They are not even giving them allowance for that. But the senators that are putting people through hardship are receiving 1.2 million hardship allowance. They have wardrobe. Wardrobe allowance alone is enough to feed you through the whole year. All sorts of allowance inside. We are not talking about the 29 million. No. After the 21 million a month, then you have all these allowances that we cannot go through now. Go and read it by yourself. Meanwhile, they are giving our people meager. Like, you want to remove subsidy. Why did you not take care of everything first before removing it? Are we talking about the non-transparency? You want to remove subsidy. Okay. How much are you saving from it? Please, the next slide. How much are you saving from the subsidy that you removed? And where do you intend to invest this money? Remember what they told us? Hey, well, that they're returning the money of Abacha. Abacha loot. We are returning it. He followed on one. And this
Ekenjaba swallowed that money.
Ekenjaba swallowed the you only hear that they returned $20 billion dollar. Where he went to, you don't know. The way he came is the way it will go. Who owns this money that are being distributed at Abuja? That is distributed, actually, typographical. It's like dispatched. Okay, we are dispatching the money. Who owns it? Where is it coming from? You see, the country is sinking and going down on daily basis. Somebody was trying to calculate. I saw somewhere said, like, how many years ago, maybe 30-something years ago, what 500 naira was worth and what is worth today.
Trash.
Is sinking. And these people are here telling you cock and bull story. Mbagaba ajambene. Abawanun neyefelu. Sorry for those that don't understand Igbo. I don't know how to say it in English right now. But it's just about cock and bull story. Stories that do not make sense. That even when you tell children, they'll say, what are you talking about? Sometimes when we discuss with some of these foreigners and we're telling them some of the things, they'll say, oh. When you say something, they'll say,
yeah, exactly. They look at you like, are you talking?
Are you kidding me?
Is this for real?
Is this for real? Are there human beings in Nigeria?
It's happening.
They are removing subsidy. Meanwhile, they created the impression that Dangote is starting a refinery. You thought, oh, okay, that's removing it. That is not. No. It's nothing like that. Nothing. They just do whatever they feel like doing. They don't care who is dying. They don't care who is not making it. They don't care who is running out of Nigeria. They do not care. The masses are suffering untold hardship. Tinubu is giving them 8,000 naira.
Is that for WhatsApp loading card? What is that?
See me now. Are you people seeing?
His class of 1999 is receiving trillions.
Yes, now. Even the money they used to fly them into Abuja alone, before they now give them the pocket one that they will not settle them. This man has the audacity. When we told you people that they gave us Ndibo, survivor of Biafra genocide, that they gave us 20 pounds per family, some of you thought we were lying. Have you seen it now? After they have done all the nonsense they are doing, they are giving 8,000 per family for 6 months. So not that they are going to continue for life. So this is what you are worth as a family.
Hey, don't say that. Oh my
8,000
goodness.
naira.
Mm.
One eye drop for my mom every month is 8,000 naira. Just one eye drop. We're not talking about other medication. Just to keep her going. Because as you age, you want to keep yourself going. This is what this criminal is bringing to give per family. Not knowing that even just removing that subsidy that he has, even if we had 12 million poor people, now he has multiplied by 5. Remember the prophecy of Emasak last year. He said, if you continue, if you're going to allow this 1999 constitution, which she referred to as Leviathan, because she was saying spirit of Leviathan, we understood that is 1999 constitution she was talking about. He said, if you don't take it out, if you don't take it down, he said that your suffering, that if he comes back, that your suffering will be 7 times worse. We heard it. People heard it. And they were sitting inside church and they, none of them said, what can we do to stop this? God has given us a prophecy. Church people. God gave us a message. What do we do to stop it? No. They are looking for PVC. As if that is what will solve your problem. Now, a bag of rice that was 8,000 naira 8 years ago, before your boo-boo entered, is now 40,000. That's 5 times. Salary did not increase, yo. Everything is just going up. And you are surprised that there's criminality. You are surprised that people are dying. You're surprised that people are selling their children. Are you really surprised? One egg that used to be 30 naira is now 150. 5 times over. Everything is 5 times over. Fuel that when they entered, it was less than 100 naira. It's now 500. Over 500, because in some places, 520 and everything. Per liter. Tell me, how are you going to survive? Is this what 8,000 naira will do? 8,000 naira is not even enough to pay transport for you to go to work. Are we talking about infrastructure decay? Are we talking about unemployment? Because these things follow one another. One leads to the other. One leads to the other. For companies, for you to set up, mommy the other day was telling us about the taxes you have to pay if you try to set up a company in Nigeria. Up to 60 different taxes. Local companies. So that's why you see that people, instead of producing or manufacturing, they will just import. And you need safety to make investments. The people that are telling you, yes, investors are coming.
Iborulo.
Where there's no safety. See how you are deceiving yourself. Are you deluded? There's no safety. That cutting up people's heads, shooting them. Who wants to go there and invest? Who does that? Will you go there and invest? And you're bringing other people to say, go and invest. Deceiving yourself. And if you don't have those things, how do you create a job? From the sky? That's why there's unemployment. Poverty has multiplied. Killings escalated. Kidnapping everywhere. And somebody is deceiving the other person. Meanwhile, Nigeria authority, NTA, is running jingle, promoting illegitimate President Tinubu. Talk about corruption. Talk about people that have lost their conscience. When I read in the Bible, they say people that their conscience have been seared like with hot iron. It's these people managing Nigerians. They have no singular conscience. Like hot iron, their conscience. I got to go their conscience. Yoruba nation. Those that say they want self-determination for Yoruba nation. What are you doing? You're sacrificing your freedom for one individual's ambition for power. Is that the story you will tell your people? Is that what you're going to tell your children tomorrow? Ndị Igbo, you're pushing Peter Obi, Peter Obi, Peter Obi. Peter Obi cannot change any of these things that we have been saying for the past 20 minutes now. Peter Obi cannot change one. If you want, go and bring 20 Peter Obi and put inside. He will not
Who is
change.
Peter? We are telling you, Jesus Christ of Nazareth cannot change it.
And Peter Obi has told you that there's nothing is wrong with 1999 Constitution. That is not the Constitution, because he has promised almost Madam Fodio to uphold and keep it, so that you will be enslaved, and you are hailing him and clapping for him. The way
Talk
you
about perishing because of lack of
Exactly.
knowledge or stupidity.
the way you are clapping for Ekperima from Afari Ibeku, or whatever they call it. He sold you people up, sealed, signed, and delivered. Sold you people, signed you, delivered you. And you're still here praising him. Now you're dying. Guess who is dying? Yes, you'll be sitting at home, sitting on your something. Yeah, Sokoroto. Sit on it. They buy you.
You have to sit on it every Monday.
Yes, everyone they sit on your something. And you're a man, no? Tomorrow you start doing, yeah, I'm the man of the house. I'm the man. Yeah, you will DC. SNDDC. SND. Small children. Bam! Then you sit on your something. And you have no choice. Tomorrow you want to make noise. When I'm talking, you start talking too. You a human being now. I'm a man. I'm a man. I've seen you. I forgot again a man on name. I can see you, man. I hail you, man. Oh. Everybody, keep quiet. All the elders.
And
all
we are screaming.
King, we want you people that we had discussion with this guy one-on-one. This is what he said he was going to do. We warned you for 2 years. He started calling us daughters of Jezebel. Now, those people that called us daughters of Jezebel are 6 feet below. All of them. Because we are here to warn you as mothers. Do not follow this guy. But you didn't listen. We begged you. Say, come out from the bush. This is the plan this guy has for you. We discussed with him one-on-one. Come out. You didn't want to listen. Now, guess who is under the ground? I say, I want it on raw. Somebody sent me text, one pastor. Oh, what did you do about the killing in Southeast? I won't tell you what I told him, because I'm sure he got shocked by what I told him. Think I'm here to play with truth? I don't do hanky-panky. I'm my father's daughter. I tell you what it is. If you want, take it. If you don't want to take it, hug transformer. Oh, there's no light in the transformer. Hit your head on the wall. Because Nigeria doesn't have any light in the transformer. So if you hug it, it doesn't do anything. These people, these politicians from South have wasted their alliance that will spend time and energy and resources to build. The South and Middle Belt Alliance, built to deliver the indigenous peoples, being massacred, being threatened. They sold this alliance. The only chance the people had to escape after 100 years of bondage. These vagabonds sold it. People will say, how do we move forward? Ninas is working. The only thing that we're here, what we're explaining, is for you to understand what is going on, and you will be part of what we're saying. It's not like we're overwhelmed. We are working hard. We are doing what we're doing. A transitional order that will interface with the existing order. There's no vacuum. For those that say, hey, government in exile, government inside the bush, government in the forest. Biafra people now have up to 6 governments inside bush. Government in exile, government in the desert, government inside the Mediterranean Sea. There's no vacuum. So what Ninas is working on is a transitional order that will interface with the existing order. When we broke it down about broke the template, we told that this is 5% transitional government, 5%. It's going to move like they did in South Africa. We're not the first to do this. So South Africa didn't collapse one day. For those that are thinking like, oh, we have buildings here, nothing will happen to your buildings. There's also asset guarantee scheme. These things are put in place for you.
Even if something happens to their building, are we going to die because they have a building?
No, they will die
Are
because
you willing for all your people to die because of your building?
they are willing to do that. And that's what we're telling them. Don't worry, we got you. We have taken care of it. Ninas has a template for this union renegotiation, reconstruction, and reconfiguration. We hear people trying to do one thing or the other, reinvent the wheel. I was speaking to somebody for hours yesterday. He was talking about some highfalutin ideas. I said, good luck. If you want to follow Ninas, this is where you can come in. But if you don't want, you want to do, I have come. Yes, I know it. You only end up the way other people have ended up. It's as simple as that. We're not begging you people. I am as a beg. If you want to follow evil forest, Nekuzo, go follow evil forest. Whatever you see inside evil forest, we'll add you in the story when we start telling story how the journey, how we waka come. That time we'll add you in the story. You'll be a statistics. We're not begging you. Go anywhere you want to go. The work continues. We're just talking to those that are willing to do things the right way, the proper way. This is what you should do. You know that some of you are too stubborn because here is amazing. You're not used to it. You're used to yaka yaka yaka. We're not begging you. There's joint jailbreak that will put an end to this leadership by trial and error. Ikpota Obasanjo, or try Opo. Ikpota Buhari, he will try and go. Ikpota Jagaban, he will try. Everybody's trying. Try your luck, try your luck, try. You scratch your head, do one thing. The other day, they cancel it. They bring money. They manufacture money. They do, like, everything is trial and error. We can end this sorrow. We can free our incarcerated people, the Nigerian masses. We can end this poverty, this mass poverty due to insecurity, terrorism, and mismanagement of resources, God-given resources. We have no reason to be hungry. We have no reason to be the poverty capital of the world as people living in that Nigeria. There's no one single reason, no reason whatsoever. But 1999 Constitution is what is causing it. The union will be reconfigured, reconstructed in such a way that irrespective of your ethnic nation of origin, you will be empowered and you will be able to thrive. In your village, even in your village, if you don't want to leave your village, you want to stay in Oshobo, that's where you want to live, you will be doing well. You will not need to relocate to US or UK or Dubai or even Abuja or Lagos. You don't need to carry your slippers and polythene bag. For those that say, yes, they came into Lagos with slippers and polythene bag and see what they have made. You will not need to do it again. Well, those people that entered inside Lagos with slippers and it's Nigeria that closed down their land. That's the only reason they came to Lagos. If Nigeria did not close down their land, they will not be in Lagos. Yep. Let's solve this problem like people that are matured and reasonable. We are so-called educated. We are everywhere. We are making noise, answering professor, asking doctor, engineer. Let's use our brain then and deliver our people. We can make this happen. By the time we have these ethnic nations, they'll be able to be strong and stable and withstand any external pressure, and things will go the way they're supposed to go. Thank you.
All right. So thank you so much, Sister P, for that explanation once again. We will continue on this journey. We are not relenting because we need to keep hammering on this consistently until it begins to make sense to those that it need to make sense to. So our five-point agenda today, of course, the first one is an acknowledgement of grave constitutional grievances raised in the union dispute as declared. And then the second one is an express commitment to decommission the imposed 1999 unitary constitution. The third is an express commitment to shelve further national election under this 1999 constitution in order to initiate an immediate transitioning process for fresh constitutional protocols. And it's not late. So, Mr. Tinubu, instead of calling your class of 1999 people that we know of, that did the unthinkable. Instead of celebrating them, you can call for transitioning and be that noble man that you're trying to pretend to be. An invitation to the constituent people of Nigeria to work out the modalities for transitioning arrangement, which include mandate time frame, membership, and ancillary matters. And then last but not least, announcement of a two-state transitioning process, which shall in the first state feature multi-regional referendums by which constituent components shall recommit to or opt out of the Nigerian Union, and in the second part, distal terms of union as may be dictated by the outcome of the referendums. In our announcement, we continue to remind you that anniversary for Constitutional Force Major is coming up. Our third anniversary is coming up. Our sister Ndidi is on Smart Africa on Spotify Clubhouse, constantly educating our people. Please help us to share that link when you see it. Some of them are 1 minute talk, some of them are just a conversation for you to come and learn more. Thank God for all these platforms. And of course, on Tuesdays, we encourage you to help us with the slogan hashtag Nina's is right. We stand with Nina's transition now. This is a way to get this information out there for people that didn't know to know, right? Because we spend a lot of time doing things that will not give us freedom abundantly. So this is one way you can help. And if you want to learn more about what we're doing, we encourage you to visit our website, ninasvoice.org, the daughtersoftrue.org. Nina's Voice and Daughters of Truth, we have wealth of information. Our videos are not restricted. You can download it, share it, break it down, upload it, whatever you need to do to get the message across, you are more than welcome. And of course, we've always insisted on transition now and not selection, because no matter how much input that you think you're going to get from these leaders, they lack the capability or the ability actually to get the work done, because the 1999 Constitution did this to them. They can't. They can't. So the only thing they can do is to go in the House of Assembly, pick their nose and flip it up in the air and wait for the months to end. That's what they can do for you. All right. And of course, we cannot end without the spotlight on the wisdom of our ancestors. We love, 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 love our ancestors. For those of you that are still twisted by what your pastors told you, I'm encouraging you to get out of it. Think about how loving your grandmother was when you were with her. I remember my grandmother coming to see my mom when she, not me, I didn't remember. I remember the story. My first sister, which is my mother's second born, she got lost, I was told, coming down to see her, and she named her when she came back na Chimdumga, Chimudumuga, meaning God took me on the journey. So we love our ancestors. They are so directly connected to us, and we will continue to tell you what they are capable of. So don't believe the hype. We have been punked. We have been punked by westernization projects. We know that what they're promoting is not really the best. It's just that they have too much resources to come out and shower us with their trash and make us think they are all how and our own doesn't mean anything. Our own means a whole lot. I would tell you, Sister Queen started drinking Oziza on empty stomach in the morning.
Mm.
My dear, she's preaching all her friends. She said, ask your mommy what's a Oziza. Thing. Oziza is the thing now in this house. Oziza on empty stomach in the morning. I
Hmm.
tried it. I said, wow. I
Hmm.
didn't know if you have any kind of nausea, you're not feeling well, you feel squeamish in your stomach, just get some hot water, put dry Oziza in it, and you're good to go.
Do they need to blend it? Do they need to
No,
blend it?
just how you have a tea bag, right? Because it's not in a tea, like mine is dry in a Ziploc.
Okay.
So you pour hot water, you just get some leaves of the Uziza tea eba and allow
Uziza
it.
leaf. Uziza leaf. Okay.
Uziza leaf. So it was awesome, my dear. So I've been telling everybody, I said, Uziza is a thing. If you want your stomach issues, Uziza the damn thing. Uziza the damn thing.
Thank
Oh,
you so much, my sister. Sister Muna. Thank you. Our ancestors are wise. Our ancestors are wise. They are wise. And we are children of wise ancestors. That's why we're going to do the wise things. We're going to be the right thing. We'll do what we're supposed to do to free ourselves and free our children, because we are products of wise ancestors. So we're looking at the last will and testament. because sometimes because people don't know our history, they don't know our story, they just say all sorts of things. Yes, our people did not write will, our people did not do this, they don't do that. No, 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 we do. We call it Ike. This was our culture before the colonial masters came and bastardized everything, bastardized life as we knew it, with their teaching, with all the things that they brought. Our forefathers, our fathers, especially in those days, they used to be ready to embrace death. Even our parents, generally, not just fathers, father, mother, because they usually grow old and they're able to prepare and they know that, okay, I'm closer to where I'm going. This is what it is. There must be something that they see that make them know. So they prepare for death and they embrace death. They don't run away from it. So it's not new. It's just that these days we die too early. So death comes on us suddenly. And then most of our people are caught off guard because of the evil in our land. That's why I say people, maybe they didn't write their will, they didn't prepare because they didn't know it was coming. But in those days, our ancestors, they used to know. So they do what you call Ike Ekpe in Igbo land. We're talking about Igbo culture. Like we said, you go and dig into your own culture. We are from Igbo nation, the great Igbo nation, Yoruba nation. Dig your own. Dig, you see what your ancestors did. Like we said, the ones that you're not comfortable with, you can always improve on it. That is civilization. Civilization does not mean westernization. You throw away your way, your identity, and pick up another person's own. That will not work. It did not work for who was going to war. David was going to war, and Saul tried to give him his own type of weaponry. David was like, no, I'm not used to this. This is not who I am. Please take it away. Let me use the catapult I'm used to. I will know how to maneuver and operate it. So our identity crisis came when we dropped our ways and picked up other people's own. It will not work for us. Even their food does not work for us, let alone system. So in those days, the father, for instance, will call his sons, sometimes all his children. Sometimes there's no limit. It can be his son, it can be his family, wife, and children. Why they call sons most of the time? Because we are brought up to be courageous. So they're able to withstand certain information. If he tells his wife, oh, I'm going to die, she will start crying, or the daughters will start wearing on her. So it depends. But if he has a daughter that is know that she has raised this daughter that she's strong, he will also do with this daughter also. So the only reason is not because they prefer sons, because some of these things, if you don't explain it, people think that maybe in our culture they didn't respect women. No, 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 no. Igbo man does not joke with his daughter. You can do anything to his son and he will forgive you. His daughter, you dare not. He will destroy you. He even love his daughters more than his wife. That's how serious it is. So in our culture, women are valued. Why you be fair? So please don't listen to anybody that's telling you that, oh, they're doing this or do that. It's colonization, westernization that brought all this evil against women. It wasn't in our culture before. That does not mean that you don't have some villages, small villages that we are doing some nasty things to women. It's not general. It's just some of those places. So the father will begin to tell the sons, the children, or the family, or the friends sometimes, where he kept certain documents, certain important documents, and some items. For those ones that have chieftaincy titles, they will tell you the items that will be given back to Umunna, items that will be given back to Ndiobodo, items that will be given back to so person, even someone that has traveled and is not coming back, they will tell you those things. They will tell you the boundaries of the land. Okay, see our land, leader, they will take you there and show you this is the land, this is land, this is where it started, this is where it's ending, this one is for this person, this one is for this one. He will share it for his sons. If you have the ancestral ones, the ones that we told you that if they have the ones that are not within the clan, women are also free to inherit those ones, just because we live clan by clan, kindred by kindred. Everything has a reason in Igbo culture. We don't just do things because we just want to do, because we believe in justice, fairness, and equity. So, or for no good. That's why we don't do things anyhow. So they will tell you who their enemies are and who their friends are. Yes, they will. Our people knew that they were people that did not like them. So they will tell you, see that family, we don't marry from them. When the last time our great-great-grandmother, great-great-great-great sister married there, they maltreated her and she died untimely. So we don't marry from that community, we don't marry from that family. They will tell you. They don't deceive themselves and believe like, oh, all is well, everybody is my friend. No, pray for your enemy and turn your other cheek when they slap the other side. No, they will tell you what to do. These are your friends. You can trust this one. This one, don't trust this one. This one is your enemy. This is what you should do, and this is how you should handle it. They will prepare their family. They don't just go out like that and leave their family vulnerable. No, they will give them information. They will tell them what they want to be done in their absence. When they are gone, what you should do, they will give you the details. They will tell you how they want to be buried. Where some will tell you where you need to bury them and the reason why they want to be buried there. How you should do everything, they will explain to you. So we're not going into details, like we told you that this is spotlight. So we're not giving you to any topic we pick. It's not like detailed study. It's just to give you an idea. You now go and do more research. As you do this research, it will help you to find yourself, because we know that our people lost who they are. Like my sister would say, if you don't know who you are, how can you embrace what is yours? So please, we keep telling our people, go and rebuild your obi, obi, obi. Some people call it obu. As Umuada, daughters of the land, we are giving a call. Please begin to build up your obi in each families. You know where they are. Some have fallen down, destroyed. Go and start rebuilding, even if you just make it with cheap something. But go and begin to rebuild that obi or obu, some people will call, is helping us restore the spirit of oneness in Anibo, and we will prevail against our enemies. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sister Ikwe, for that. I also wanted to remind our people about the piling of dead bodies all over Igbo land. That is not our culture. We will be able to bring a brother that is well versed in this thing to come and give us some information at a later time. But it's important that we allow our dead to rest. And if they are not resting, we don't know what else they are doing. So keeping dead bodies so you can collect money and do shakara and buy clothes and buy cars and whatever is not what we do. We should be allowing our dead again to rest. So we'll bring this information in a detailed manner for you guys at a later time. But until then, please remain safe. We are super, super, super to have you guys as a stakeholder in all of this. Continue to help us to share. If we share to 10 people, 10 people to share to 10 people, that's how we expand. So thank you so much for joining us. We are super, super, super grateful.
Yes.
Take care. With this, we will conquer. We're not going anywhere.
Yep.
Don't let anything, deter you. Don't let anything make you feel any kind of way. We will remain consistent and
Yes.
persistent
Yes.
until the last day.
Yes.
So, thank you.
Bye.